Hello, my name is Thomas Heron, and I'm here to tell you about an absolutely fantastic organization that I'm a part of and I would love for you to join. It's called Heroes at Home, which is sponsored by Sears and Roebuck Services. In its 10 years of existence, Heroes at Home has done over 1,600 homes for military service members and their families. That's 160 homes on average per year. Absolutely fantastic. So, I'm sure you're wondering, what is Heroes at Home and what do they do? Well, when we think about a military service member, what do we think? Patriotism, freedom, the American way. Of course, those are all things that tie along when we think about a veteran. But what happens to a veteran after they've gone overseas and they come back and their state of life is altered? Maybe they're wheelchair bound, maybe they're handicapped in another way. Or maybe they live in a house that's just no longer sustainable for human living. That's where Heroes at Home is going to step in and help. What Heroes at Home is about is ensuring that a military service member and their family has a house that they can easily access every part of that house and live in comfortably without having to pay a dollar out of their own pocket to stay in that house and to enjoy the place that they've made a home. After everything that they've done for us and everything that they've done for a country, you have to understand that an organization like Heroes at Home is here to ensure that they know that we care about them, not only when they leave, but when they get back. Heroes at Home donates 100% of its proceeds to military service members and their family. If they need wheelchair access in their house, if there's part of their houses that are falling down, or if something's happened to the house, say a fire, or even some sort of natural disaster, that's what Heroes at Home is there for. To ensure that the military service member or their family do not have to worry about going to the bank, getting a loan, falling under even more hardship when they've already done so much for us. So please, take the time to watch this video presentation that we put out for you, and if you can, be a part of it, because we want to make sure that our military service members aren't going out there just fighting because they have to, or coming back and thinking that we forgot about them. We want them to know that Heroes at Home and other organizations like it are here to ensure that once they get back, they can enjoy the same standard of living that every single American here on the face of this earth is able to live on a constant and everyday basis. So thank you again for your time, and we hope you loved the presentation that we put out for you today, and we really hope that you become part of the Heroes at Home family.
Why we should help veterans. Veterans are persons that have made certain contribution to society, that have in one way or another left a mark in the history books. In United States, there are veterans in all fields, but the word is often synonymized with heroes or served in the military force. All veterans need the care, recognition, and the attention of society, even as they progress in age. It is not wise to forget the veterans in society, as some of them, despite their condition to the nation. How we can help veterans. Veteran society can and should be helped in every way possible. One effective method of contributing is welfare of veterans is through making donations. There are various ways of making donations that equally impact the lives of veterans. Some of them include annual gifts, cash and goods contribution, planned gifts, endorsement, shopping to support the cause, donating one's time. For annual gifts are given in response to programs initiated by various nonprofit organizations. These programs are launched yearly and provide a steady source of income. Society may contribute by providing food service, housing, training, and employment. Cash and good contributions. Society may contribute in monetary forms towards supporting the organization helping the veterans. Monetary contributions may include cash contributions, recruiting gifts, matching gifts, in memory and in honors gifts. Donation may also be made in any kinds. Often, the nonprofit organization may solicit the public to provide certain items for the benefit of the veterans. For instance, an individual may at any time donate food, clothing, vehicles, personal care items, bed and bath faculties. Planned gifts. A planned gift benefits the veterans later but can afford to contribute immediate finance benefits such as tax savings, income for life through appropriate securities. Examples of planned gifts include but are not limited to is inheritance made in a will, charitable remainder trusts, charitable lead trust, real estate, retained life estate, or you could give them a life insurance gift. So for making donation, you also get tax deduction. For every donation made is qualified for tax deduction against the person's income tax, but one has to itemize the deduction. Both non-cash and cash donation qualify for deduction, but there are several guidelines to follow. The primary motivation of making a donation to Veteran Society should be valuable. However, there are tax deductions and tax benefits that are provided by the government for such a giving.
So, for my portion of this discussion, I want to look at how we can unite people and bring them to our cause. So, ultimately, who is better to help unite and reach out to those people that might help us bring financial stability, that might help us reach out to the communities and increase our numbers, which equals an increase for our support. But who better to do that than those that have already served before and have the ear of the people, have celebrity status. So we're going to take a look at how we can find those celebrities that are going to help us get our word out there and maybe garner some support. And then not only do we have celebrities, but we also have companies. And I want to focus on those companies that hire large amounts of veterans. And there's a couple avenues that we can go through and look at that. So overall, veterans deserve support, and they deserve support in many different ways. They deserve monetary support to maybe help them financially when they leave the military, or when they're in the military. They might be faced with some hardships. So we need to provide for, protect, and support those that serve for us. And I think that's a great cause, and I really stand behind what this veteran outreach program is going to do for us. So that being said, so who better to help us unite and reach out than those that have served before? And a good way of finding those celebrities, let's just focus on celebrities right now, but those celebrities that have served before, that have, if they ever want to do an interview, hey, they get those cameras, they get those people there to look and to listen, and they just capture people's attention. But there are certain celebrities out there, such as Ranker.com says, we have at least 70 currently living celebrities with us right now, and Ranker.com lists 70 plus celebrities. One of those being Oliver Stone. He was a Vietnam War veteran, and he was with the Army. Or we've got Clint Eastwood. He was a Korean War veteran that was also in the Army. We've got Morgan Freeman, who was in the Air Force. Chuck Norris, also in the Air Force. Drew Carey, just to name a few. Drew Carey was a Marine. I had no idea. But Ranker.com gives us a list of 70 people, boom, that we can automatically reach out for some support. And hopefully they'd be willing to not only support us monetarily, but by getting the word out. So now that we've talked about where we can find celebrities, where we can find people that have the audience, let's talk about some companies that we can reach out to. I was able to go on to veteranjobsmission.com, and I was able to find over 100 companies, such as M1 Solutions. M1 Solutions is a Dallas-based company that basically does contracts with the military. They have a huge interest in military members getting the support that they need so they can be employed by M1 Solutions. And M1 Solutions is a really good company for wanting to reach out for those veterans so they can get something back as well. PepsiCo, Amazon, American Airlines, GM, Boeing. Boeing has a huge veteran following. So who better to want to provide support for veterans than someone that's going to ultimately support veterans by employing them. Also Northrop Grumman. All of these companies and more can be found on veteranjobsmission.com. So like I said before, we have avenues that we can go through. We have avenues that we can reach out and get that support. And I think by utilizing our celebrities that are also veterans, and then utilizing the companies that are going to employ these potential veterans to give us the support financially and just through getting word of mouth out there, that's going to be a very, very lucrative way of accomplishing our goals.
As Matt stated, our veterans need our help and support. What better way than having celebrities help us do that? We want big name celebrities with the credibility to back it up. These celebrities will bring the awareness to our veterans that the veterans themselves cannot do. Getting someone like Clint Eastwood or Morgan Freeman would be great. They're not only big names with the credibility we would be looking for and need, they also have the type of personalities that when one of them speak, you listen. I know celebrities won't endorse just any nonprofit organization. They want to support something with relevance. What is more relevant than supporting those who serve and those who have served? What's more relevant than bringing our heroes to the forefront when they've been put on the back burners all their lives? We want you guys to help and support our cause as long as you can. If it's one day, 1 week, 1 year, or even life, it's one step closer we are to helping those who have and who continue to help us. Remember, we want you.
My section is to cover the benefits of celebrities being involved with the charities and fundraisings. I was researching that who are involved with the charities or fundraising. The famous singer name called Trisha Yearwood was involved in charities in Serious Heroes at Home, support veterans who are homeless and low income. Benefit from Serious Heroes at Home as homeless veterans with low to no cost food, garment to be clothed, would also may be able to provide veterans with service animals depending on the situation. There can be also tax deduction wise. That's why celebrities were supporting charities and fundraising. The private foundation can provide maximum control and tax planning on loans, not to mention image furnishing. In a very high income year, entertainers can give their private foundation at least $1 million and receive current tax credit for everything. However, the foundation must spend 5% of its asset on charitable project each year. In other words, when fading celebrities need to promotional lift, it probably means that future big things can come out. And not just supporting charities for celebrities, it could also change their image, celebrities' character. It is important that celebrities to support charities and let people know. Once people know celebrities supporting veterans, their image can change a lot and they get more famous. As I discussed about the benefit of celebrities who are involved in the charities and fundraising, there's lots of benefit from celebrities not just being, supporting veterans who are homeless. It also celebrities can support, improve a lot of things, and it could also change the world.
So, as Zitko stated, raising money to build homes is a good way to get our veterans off the streets. So, what I'm going to be speaking about right now is the lives of our vets after war. So, right here is Bill, okay? Bill is 55 years old. He served for our country once before in his late 20s. He also has 3 children, and all in which he has not seen since he deployed, which was over 20 years ago. So Bill has been homeless for 20 years. He has been on the streets of New York. He's moved from street to street, and he's been with only his blanket and his hat. National Coalition for Homeless Vets, over 11% of homeless adults are those who have served for our country, predominantly being male. So the next time you see a homeless guy on the street, just keep in mind that he might have once served for our country. He could also be a vet. Now, you ask yourself, why? Why are our vets living on the streets? Why are they not having any place to go? Why aren't their families looking for them? So the reason is the shortage of affordable housing. So as Zitko stated before me, affordable housing is something that we need to work together and build on because it's something that is not out there. So our vets are coming out of the Army and they're not having the funds that they need to live where they need to live. Not only that, but livable income. As I stated, you have to have funds to find you a house, but these vets are coming out and they don't even have enough money to buy themselves a meal. They don't know where they're getting the next food from, let alone a house. Also, no access to health insurance. So our vets that are on the streets, they don't have any access to health insurance. So they're sick and they don't have any type of way to get checked out. Not only that, but some of them have lingering disabilities. So some of them may have lost their arms, their legs in combat. So they don't have the ability to work a regular job as we do. Also, post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD, is a big one in our vets. This is a disorder that affects the brain. This disorder affects the vets because they don't have families to take care of them, and the things that they see during combat is just so traumatic that they can't get over it, such as friends that they might have met in war. They might have watched them die right in front of them. So that's things that you can't really get over. So as I was doing research, I came across this one. Whenever I was doing research, I seen this picture, and it really spoke to me. It says, "We don't know them all, but we owe them all." So what this means to me is that, no, we might not know, what our vets look like and who they are, but we do know that they did everything they could for us. When they went into war, they didn't know us personally. They just knew that they wanted to serve our country. They wanted to make this country a better place to live, and that's what they did. So we just need to give back to our vets, better homes, affordable living. We just need to get them off the streets because they don't deserve to be on the streets.
Through their times of service, our veterans never forgot what they fought for and what they stood up to protect. A lot of them gave up so much when it was their time to serve. Friends, family, and their personal lives. Every veteran ran the risk of giving their lives for the land they love, and some unfortunately paid a price. For those who survived, for those who endured, and those who fought in America's battles, the least we can do is never forget about them when they come home. Heroes at Home make sure that that doesn't happen. With 10 years of reaching and exceeding its goals, and still going strong, Heroes at Home reaches out to all people in this free nation, from celebrities to everyday people alike. to help give these veterans the stable lives they fought for and deserve. Without the generous donations and wonderful volunteers, Heroes at Home would not be able to have the impact that it does today. So we call to all of our citizens and heroes of our veterans to once again step forward and show that no tears, no drop of sweat, and no drop of blood goes by unappreciated. Whether it be influence, advertising, or direct support, everything helps. Every dollar and every supporter helps keep shelter and essentials available for veterans in need. Whether it may be $1 or $2,000 donated, whether it may be sharing the cause to 400,000 followers or 3 friends, no matter the reason, we as civilians of this free country should find it in our hearts to always support those who fought and risked their lives to keep our homes and families safe. No donation and no effort is too little when working towards a greater cause. Uniting together as people to look after each other allows for unity between our citizens and communities, breaking down barriers by working together with all kinds of people from all kinds of places, like neighbors to celebrities and guests, as well as bringing out communities to work together and become more united. Each member of a community plays a role and has effects of their own. Embrace your role and determine your own effects. Become a good member of your society, of your community, and become a proud citizen of America. At the end of the day, it is important to show our veterans who were heroes out there that they have heroes out here at home. Thank you.